Much peace to you, everybody. How's it going? So, today I want to talk about emotional resistance. I'm sure that throughout your journey, you have been faced with two choices. You either go for something or you run away. Okay. Today, I'm going to speak about how to better listen to your heart and how to step into your heart center. Okay. So, what is resistance? They say that we are actually guided by a source energy, and that is our higher self. They say that we are actually guided by this transcendent energy, by this energy that actually moves worlds, for example. Okay. And yes, we are asked to actually evolve. We are asked to evolve and to actually step into our purpose. And the moment that you begin to actually listen to your intuition, which is that divine guidance that is between the physical realm and the source realm, okay? Your higher self is a non-physical energy that actually guides you, okay? So the moment that you actually begin to make the choice of actually listening to your heart, and step into your purpose. Now you deal with resistance in a different way, okay? But from my perspective, we actually must actually understand everything about ourselves. We must actually love ourselves completely and step into a process of freedom, of free will, of free choice, okay? And the best choice that you actually have is the choice to actually love, okay? So in order to actually face this resistance and in order to actually diminish this resistance, you must actually begin to understand this resistance, okay? So sometimes you may be caught up in patterns that are not working for you. Sometimes you may be caught up in patterns that are not really necessary or healthy for you, and you will receive the divine guidance in order for you to actually move out of these patterns, okay? And yes, the best choice is to actually listen to this guidance in order for you to actually evolve, okay? Because our expansion is our only choice in this universe, okay? We must learn how to actually expand, okay? So resistance is something that is natural because our egos are trying to actually hold on. Our inner child is actually trying to hold on to some patterns that are inside of our own consciousness, okay? Our inner child actually holds on into fear. And the best way to actually deal with this resistance is to actually question your fears, because resistance towards something, for example, you want to go out with your friends, okay? And you have resistance. Oh, let me give you another example, a sweeter example. You want to kiss a girl, okay, that you really like, and you do have resistance towards kissing her, and now inside of your own head comes in the thought that what will she think of me, what if this won't work, okay? Now the higher self perspective is to actually go and do it anyway and actually face your fear and actually step into your true being, okay? The ego perspective and the inner child perspective, which is actually scared, would actually listen to the thought of the resistance, would actually listen to the thought of actually not going to kiss that girl, okay? So these are the two perspectives. These are the two perspectives. You either find yourself in a state of flow, or you are either finding yourself in a state of resistance. But in order to actually step into a full flow, you must actually learn how to understand this resistance. Okay, so you either find yourself in a state of love or fear. Now, fear is something that, from my perspective, is actually positive because it actually challenges our brain centers in order for them to actually expand. Okay, so fear is a positive thing. Even negative thoughts are a positive thing. So the more that you actually learn to listen to your heart and face your resistance, the more you will actually step into your purpose, because resistance is the only thing that is actually keeping you stuck, okay? The moment that you actually begin to let go more and actually listen to your heart and express yourself from the heart. Also realize that, yes, guys, you are not perfect, and sometimes you do have resistance, and sometimes maybe you have to listen to that resistance. That is okay. That is okay. You have choices to make, okay? But yeah, this is the divine guidance. This is the divine guidance, and the divine guidance actually asks you to actually listen to your heart and face your fears. This is the best way to actually deal with the resistance, to actually face it and face the fear. Now, from high vibrational perspective, There is no good or bad, and you do have the choice to actually do anything that you want. You have the free will. But if you wanna actually step into a more disciplined space of consciousness, into a more evolving space of consciousness, you gotta actually move forward and evolve with the world and actually help the world expand. Okay, you gotta actually step out of your own way and actually build the life that you want. Okay, so resistance also comes from the fact that we have been stuck in patterns for so long. We have been stuck in patterns that are not healthy for so long, and now we don't have the power to actually come out of these patterns. Okay, and how do you deal with this? You actually question these patterns. You actually face these patterns. You actually step into a place where you are actually stepping into action, where you are actually stepping into action and come back to your true self. Okay, it's also a time of relaxing and it's also a time of moving into action. Okay, you got to find the perfect balance, the middle point between action and relaxation, between what is called love or fear. You must actually gotta focus the middle point and actually let your heart expand as love. Okay, you gotta transcend your fear. You gotta move beyond your fear. You gotta actually allow this life to actually happen through you. Okay, so yeah guys, this is resistance. This is resistance, and this is how to actually deal with resistance. Resistance is not fun to be in because your higher guidance will keep push at you. Your higher self will actually keep push at you in order for you to actually go for what you want. And sometimes we do find ourselves in resistance and it's not fun. But if we get to actually love ourselves in the process, if we get to actually understand this resistance, if we get to actually question where this resistance is coming from, now we can actually begin to view it in a different way. We get to view ourselves in a different way, and we get to actually challenge ourselves in order to actually move forward. Okay, guys, so this is today's message about resistance. Much peace to you guys, and you can see that you have the link with me on one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you are interested, feel free to actually leave me a comment or actually access the link that is in the description and actually have a journey with me on self-development. Okay, so this is how to actually deal with resistance. Resistance may be a good thing. Resistance may be a good thing, and you do have the power to actually go beyond it. Go beyond it and actually step into a new version of yourself by accepting and by transcending the resistance, especially emotional resistance. I love you guys, much peace, and see you on whatever is coming up next. Ciao.